Okay, so we have the Cramps, Creature from the Black Leather Lagoon. Now, I love the Cramps. I always love to come back to them. The song has been requested, and I did hear a bit of it on TikTok as well, and I said, I gotta listen to that song because the part I heard was fun. And apparently this music video was banned by MTV. I don't know, it was probably banned in other places as well then. So that intrigues me, so I did find it on YouTube here, I do believe. So we're gonna watch that, and hopefully it doesn't get blocked. Anyway, I am still a little bit sick, so I'm sorry about any sniffling or whatever may happen. But let's get into this, talk about it after. 3 minutes, 16 seconds. Here we go. The Cramps. So, I imagine this is going to be quite interesting. Right off the bat.
You better ask my mama how to make a monster.
Jesus Christ. Tongue on him.
I'm the creature from the black leather lagoon. I am a beautiful monster from outer space too. Learn how to shake my hips in the sanctum, sing and get me tips, and then I like them. I'm a creature from the black leather lagoon. Yeah, black leather, smash, black leather, I kill, black leather, I crash, black leather, I'm a creature from the black leather lagoon. Yeah, I'm a chicken fried, fiery son of a gun. Conceived by the devil daddy on a chicken run. Like a fireball flying down Thunder Road. Daddy made mama, but she should have said no. A rawhide monster they named #1. Yeah, black leather, a smash, black leather, a kill, black leather, a crash, black leather, I'm a pretty drunk on the black leather lagoon. I'm a creature from the black leather lagoon.
Baseline, dude.
Yeah, I'm a genuine juvenile delinquent from the moon. I'm like 100 billion hydrogen bombs. Mama wanted a gold, but I got moms. I'm a creature from the black leather lagoon. Yeah, black leather, a smash, black leather, a kill, black leather, a crash, black leather, I'm a creature from the black leather lagoon.
Oh, goodness. Shoes. Okay. The Cramps and Creature from the Black Leather Lagoon. Now, I mean, I'm glad I watched the video. Now I can kind of understand why MTV banned it back in the day. I guess you can see why, I guess they didn't want kids watching it or whatever the hell. I mean, it's suggestive as hell. I mean, suggestive on face sitting, on actual intercourse. Lux Interior's tongue, I did not know it was that long. I mean, my God, I don't know if it was longer than Gene Simmons or not, but from the get-go too, when he's coming out of the, I guess another creature, here comes his head, and it's all bloody, and then his tongue just starts going. I mean, holy moly, it was raunchy, it was horny, it was sexy as hell. I did see some comments too, where they talked, well, some people talk about how this video made them feel things about Poison Ivy, and that there was like their sexual awakening, and I'm sure a lot of people felt that the same way about Lux Interior, seeing him in some BDSM leather, you might say, and I like how Of course, this is a play on the horror movie Creature from the Black Lagoon, but of course the black leather, I guess, kind of gives it an extra umph, especially with what the Cramps like, of course, being the 50s and 60s and how leather was popular back then. And I guess if you were a tough guy, you wore leather. I mean, I think of James Dean and Marlon Brando, people like that. But it's just, yeah, so it's just crazy. I don't even know. I'm just starting off the get-go just from that and how people said this video just changed their lives. And yeah, but to say I've never seen that movie though. And I would say too that of course the title it's a big play on that movie, but I feel like a lot of the lyrics in this are played on many different B movies, I guess you would say B horror movies that the Cramps are fans of, and it's just nuts. So and I mean again, the music here is a lot of what the Cramps are a fan of from the 50s and 60s and rockabilly. And even though the Cramps have been credited as being called or starting psychobilly, I do believe. If I remember correctly, the Cramps did not like that term. I do believe they didn't like, or at least Lux didn't like being called psychobilly. So either way, it was a rockabilly sound with a little bit of psycho in there, a little bit of punk in there as well. A lot of surf rock too, especially now just to get to what the song sounded like to me. A lot of surf rock, obviously. The bass line here is nuts. The bass line here is the bass line and the drum work were the constant beat throughout the whole thing. And it really reminded me, and again, this goes back to, again, I know the Lux and Poison Ivy especially loved Elvis Presley. That was one of their inspirations, and he kind of seems to come up in the lyrics too. When we get to the lyrics, we'll talk about that. But with the sound, I mean, apart from Lux's voice reminded me of Elvis because it's that deep kind of voice, but also that stuttering that he has, that stuttering, as I put it, which I guess is also, you know, that rockabilly signature sound, which I always just love. I mean, that was the first thing I think I found rockabilly through Grand Theft Auto 5 with the song Can't Hardly Stand It by Charlie Feathers. And then I found the Cramps, I do believe, if I remember correctly again, because they covered that song. And I was just like, oh my God, I never knew another band, you know, sang like Charlie Feathers. And then here we are, and I'm hearing that sound again, where it's just, I can't replicate it, you know, but just that hiccuping that he does, I just like, I don't know, there's something so good about it to me, and it just scratches an itch in my brain, like ASMR or something. And I don't know, I up until, again, Grand Theft Auto, whatever, I didn't know a voice could do that. And then hearing Lux Interior doing that here, again, it just, it hits for me, and I just love that thing he does with his mouth. And again, he did a lot of things with his mouth, especially on stage. And but yeah, just talking about that, I had to talk about his voice. But I want to also mention where I was going with the bass and the drum as well, and the guitar work. Even though at points the guitar work was a little bit more frenetic, it was a little bit more crashing, I guess I might say. Crashing comes to mind because of the video. They were crashing and smashing and everything. But in the guitar work was a bit more out there than the drum and bass work. But the drum and bass work and the guitar work at points reminded me of like Johnny Cash, that chugging sound, that chug, chugga, chug, chugga, chug, chugga, chug. Not in the same way as like I Walk the Line or something, but there's something about it that did remind me of Johnny Cash. And maybe it's just because I've been listening to Johnny Cash in my own private life at work or something. But there's just that constant, I guess I should say beat or whatever, but that constant rhythm. And it does remind me of Johnny, and just that way. And the Tennessee 2, you know, the Tennessee 2, the beat that they would provide for Johnny, and that's what it kind of gave me here. But yeah, you know, you can't, not Nick Knox. I don't know who the hell Nick Knox is, but he's not the drummer of the Cramps here. I got to go to the album here again. Oh no, it is Nick Knox. I don't know why I thought it wasn't. Nick Knox is on drums here. Maybe it's just, I don't know. I feel like that was a made up name that I made up, but it is Nick Knox. And Candy Del Mar on bass guitar. So their work here again can't be understated. I know Poison Ivy and Lux Interior take a lot of the credit here, especially for the video. I mean, you're watching them, and Poison Ivy back in the day, she was hot as hell. I mean, holy moly, 1990 here, and I can see what people were talking about in the comments. But anyway, Poison Ivy, of course, on guitar here, and Lux Interior, would you believe it? He's on vocals, and I mean, again, everyone did their part for this track here, and made it that funky, I guess funky in a way, groovy sound. But again, there's that surf rock. It's much of the same as like of their other work, and you can tell their vibes, their influences here, again, from the 50s and 60s through rockabilly and through surf rock, and it's just great to me. Music to my ears, especially, you know, I guess no pun intended, but great music to my ears. And yeah, so I just love that chugga chugga sound and that surf rock sound. It sounded so fun, and that's what the band seemed to be all about. And even though these lyrics, now we're going into these lyrics now, they seem a bit, you know, sad in a way, because you're talking here about this guy, and I don't know if this is about Lux's own life, if he is playing on his own life. I don't know anything about Lux's private life when he was alive, or how he grew up, or anything like that. If he was an only child, if he was kind of denied, or if he was kind of shunned by his parents, I don't know. But for the narrator here, and for his perspective, it seems like, again, he got the short end of the stick, but he didn't let that get him down. And yeah, so it just does seem like an optimistic song, and it was fun as hell. And that's what it seems like the Cramps were always about, just being fun, being happy in a way as well, and just having fun, and also having sex, I might say here too. I mean, they were not afraid to show themselves off here in this video. Again, the outfits were nuts, the leather. I mean, yeah, you had to play on the leather part. I mean, it's in the title of the song, for goodness sakes. And I love horror myself, but not a lot of these movies I know. But because I'm, I guess, a casual horror fan. But I just love that they took their influences all the time and would put it into their music. So here we go with the intro. You better ask my mama how to make a monster. Just off the get-go, it's his signature crazy voice. I mean, my God, and he just, you're about to hear quite the good song here, but just to talk about this line though, I feel like it's pretty straightforward. You better ask my mama how to make a monster. She's the one, I came from her. She birthed me. She made me the monster I am in a way. And again, I don't know if this is based on his real life or if he's just talking about this in the song, because we're playing off of the Creature from the Black Lagoon. But yeah, you better ask my mama if you really want to know how it was made, because literally she made me. I'm the Creature from the Black Leather Lagoon, and again, the leather has to be in there, I feel like, because that's just what the Cramps were into. And as I talked about earlier, leather kind of makes you tough or whatever, and that kind of gives them an extra umph. And then we go on, I'm a beautiful monster from outer space too. Again, I'm all this crazy stuff, no matter what. This is what I am. And as you can see, and again in the video, he goes out of his way to show that he is quite flamboyant, I guess you want to say. Learned how to shake my hips. Now here we go. Learned how to shake my hips in the inner sanctum. Satan gave me tips, then I thanked him. I'm the Creature from the Black Leather Lagoon. And again, I can't replicate his hiccups and everything. It's fucking nuts. But when he talks about that, learn how to shake my hips, I think of Elvis Presley. Again, I know the Cramps have an album or release a song where they reference Elvis, and again, he does kind of sing like Elvis. And with the song's name, which I was almost going to react to, but I decided to react to this one. But What's Inside a Girl, I think, and that's from an album that references Elvis. Anyway, in the name, and he kind of sings like Elvis there. But yeah, make me shake my hips. I think of Elvis. I think of how Lux probably saw Elvis maybe when he was a kid or whatever, grew up listening to him. Same with Poison Ivy. From what I've read, I believe they're both fans of him. I'm talking too fast and I'm losing my place here, and I'm stumbling over my words. But yeah, and how he saw him shaking his hips, and how he kind of took that from Elvis, and how back in the day, back in the 50s, I know some parents thought Elvis was like the devil, because again, oh no, he's shaking his hips on live TV, and that's the devil music, people thought, with rock and roll, so that all comes into play as well. And again, big influence there for the Cramps. I'm the Creature from the Black Leather Lagoon, and again, just referencing that movie over and over. And but again, not just the Black Lagoon, but the Black Leather Lagoon, because you got to have that leather in there too, because they were a big fan of it. My goodness. Then we have the chorus. Yeah, black leather. It's just a catchy little line there right into the chorus. It has to be a catchy earworm of a chorus, and it is. Smash, smash, black leather. Crash, crash, black leather. I'm the Creature from the Black Leather Lagoon. And again, I just keep thinking about the black leather jackets and what that means to the Cramps here. I don't know if there's any more meaning to that. The smash, smash, and the crash, crash, kill. I feel like that's just extra umph again. It just puts more emphasis on the track here. It's just something to sing as well, for Lux to sing. And really, for me, it comes down to the video too. When they're smashing and crashing things, I don't think that's where the inspiration came from, because they wanted to put crash and smash in the song, so they could do that in the video. But it works very well. Kill, black leather. Again, kill. I think about maybe some people want to kill the narrator here as well, because he's so crazy. And again, he's the Black Leather. He's a Creature from the Black Leather Lagoon. I mean, my God. Anyway, it's all craziness. It's quite the story. I'm a chicken fried, fire-eating son of a gun. A chicken fried, I think. I'm a Southerner. I don't know. I don't remember where Lux was born, but fire-eating son of a gun. Again, he seems like he's wild. Again, fire-eating, that's pretty dangerous. He's a dangerous guy. Son of a gun, son of a guy who is also pretty dangerous. And then here we go. And as he goes into that, conceived by my devil daddy on a chicken run, like a fireball flying down Thunder Road. I guess Thunder Road there. My goodness, I don't know if that's a Bruce Springsteen reference or not. Daddy made mama, but she should have said no. I'm a rawhide monster they named number one. Again, it's all this stuff where it seems like, my dad, it seemed like he got people pregnant, women pregnant, and then would move on. He was a chicken on the run, and now he's gone. I feel like he probably doesn't know his father. He's like a fireball flying down Thunder Road. He's gone. Maybe never met his dad. And then we go on there. Daddy made mama, but she should have said no. And then again, maybe the mom should have had an abortion or something. And then rawhide. Again, we talk about leather, and I guess rawhide is before it gets tanned and all that stuff to bake leather. But yeah, I'm a rawhide monster. They named number one because he was the number number one child, the first child. He was the experiment, I guess, between these two, as the dad goes on the run and the mom really didn't even want him. So again, it's just like, he seems so shunned, but at the same point, he's just full of so much energy and so much boisterousness, if that's the word, and he doesn't give a fuck whether they wanted him or not. He's crazy and he loves to be alive. I mean, my God. Then we have the chorus again, which I already went into, so I don't want to repeat. Then we have a great solo there on guitar, and then we have the third verse. I'm the creature from the Black Leather Lagoon. I'm a genuine juvenile delinquent from the moon. Again, just more talk about him being crazy, more talk about him being dangerous, a juvenile delinquent, all these things he's probably heard when he was growing up. I'm like 100 billion hydrogen bobs. Again, more emphasis on how crazy he is. Mama wanted a goat, but I got moms. Again, a lot of these lyrics, very smart, very intelligent. Maybe his mom wanted a scapegoat, but she was his scapegoat. But I got moms. Also, it seems like he was, in a way, he irritated her a lot. He was a lot of her problem or whatever, just in that way too. And yeah, it seemed like he bugged her just because he existed, really, maybe. And also he might put up some trouble. I can only imagine just by the way the song went. And I'm the creature from the Black Leather Lagoon. And then we have the chorus twice, and then the outro. Lagoon, ah. And of course he runs off with Poison Ivy at the end there with the heels on and the black leather jacket. And now he's all green in the costume, whatever. And I mean, my God, it's just nuts. I don't know. Again, at the end of the video, I'm like, where do I go? What do I say next now? It's over. But I don't really know what to say because I was kind of just taken aback. I was just in awe. But of course, I talked for a long time here. But yeah, so there it is. I mean, this is signature Cramps. This is their style. This is their style of music video as well. I'm not surprised that one of their videos, at least one that I know of, was banned by MTV or whatever for being too much, or I don't know what the reason was. Maybe again because of the simulation of sex there. But yeah, it was fun. I really enjoyed it. And again, it's one of those bands that if I'm ever feeling down, the Cramps can always lift me up. And again, I just love that rockabilly hiccup sound that Lux was so good at. So anyway, I guess that's all I got to say. So thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all the support. And I'll talk to you guys again soon.